What's up, Taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. And so I wanted to do a response video to this young lady. By the way, she deleted this video. I don't understand what's up with these TikTokers. They do a video asking a question, they upload it, and then all of a sudden they delete it for some crazy reason. Now, here's the thing. I looked at a lot of stitches to her, and every last one of them were pretty respectful. I don't understand the cowardice here. Like, why delete the video? Anyway, it really frustrated me because I wanted to get the original source, so I had to get it from someone else's channel. But these women need to have a backbone. If you're gonna post a video and ask a question, keep it up. Why delete it? This is so crazy. Anyway, you're gonna see that she asked a question in reference to child-free women. And it was really bland. It wasn't even a big deal. But I'm going to give you guys, most of you all who have been watching my content, you already know my answer to this. But let's listen to other women first, and then I'll give my answer, my commentary directly afterwards.
I know a lot of girlies gonna hate me for saying this, but for the ones that don't want to have kids, what is your plan for when you get older? I'm not judging you. Hey, do you, boo? But seriously, what is your plan for when you get older? If, when you get older, your kids are usually the ones to take care of you, or make sure you have a good retirement home, make sure no one's, kicking you behind the door or anything at the retirement home if that's where you choose to go. But what's your plan? I'm realizing more than often than not, women are not wanting to have kids for their own reasons. Some can't. Some don't want to end up as single mothers. Some just no, it's just not happening. But what's y'all plan? I ain't judging. I just want to know, seriously, from one person to another, what's the plan?
To continue to live my best life. That's my plan. Let me say this. I used to work at this facility, beautiful facility. It was huge, and it was one part was nursing home, they had another part for assisted living, they had another part for the retirement community. So nice. And let me say this, those that was in majority of those in the nursing home part, they children put their asses there. It don't matter if you ain't got children, they still, someone still don't want to take care of your ass. Them folks were still in the nursing home part, and some of them preferred it because they felt like they would get adequate care with strangers and their own damn children. So if I get to a point where I can't have my own place, girl, I'm going to an assisted living facility or retirement facility and continue to live my best child-free life.
So I wanted to answer this question as someone who is child-free and somebody who works in healthcare. First of all, children are not a retirement plan. Recently, I've had some developmentally disabled patients, and if they're not capable of making their own medical decisions, what kind of care do you think they're giving their parents? None. They don't have the capacity to. I've had other patients that are in active addiction. Once again, they are not able to make choices for their parents if they had a medical crisis. More commonly, the kids live out of state, and they're not super available. Estrangement, also very common. Do you know how many people I send home on a taxi voucher because they don't have anybody in their life to give them a ride? There's also children who predeceased their parents. What I'm seeing a lot are spouses and siblings advocating for the patient. And crazily enough, I had this patient who was 70, and the mom calls to check in on him. And I'm just sitting there trying to do the math. I'm like, your kid is 70? How old is the mom? Now, if you don't believe me, and that's fine, I would encourage you to talk to other healthcare workers, more on the long-term care side of things. Now, as a child-free person who's taking care of me, the same people that are taking care of you in the nursing home. My personal plan is to get long-term care insurance. The last time I tried, I was in my late 20s, and they told me I was too young. And that was just one broker that I spoke to.
My question is, why are you under the assumption that if you have kids, they're going to be around to take care of you when you get old? There is no guarantee that your kid is going to take care of you when you get old. First off, how do you know that you're going to live to be old anyway? You can die before your kid even grows up. Not to mention, your kid can pass away before you do. My sister worked at nursing homes for several years, and unfortunately for most of the residents that had kids, a lot of their kids did not come to see them. Your kid could move out of the state, move out of the country. Your kid can decide that they want nothing to do with you. If you're having kids for the purpose of somebody to take care of you when you get old, that's selfish as hell. This question of who's going to take care of you when you get old to people without kids, It gets asked so many times that it's actually getting irritating at this point. The fact that there is so much uncertainty when it comes to children is one of the reasons I am choosing not to have any. Another factor is your kid could turn out to be a criminal and end up in jail for life without the chance at parole. And if your kid is in jail, how the heck are they going to take care of you?
I'm saying this, but for the ones that don't want to have kids, what is your plan for when you get older?
Now, I know you said you wanted to hear from the girlies that don't plan on having children, but I think you need the perspective of someone who is already older and who has children. I am almost 52. I have a 21-year-old girl, a 20-year-old boy, and an almost 18-year-old boy. So I'm already a middle-aged woman with children. And my plan has always been to not be a burden on my children. And that's not to say that I don't think my kids would want to take care of me in my old age. My son has actually expressed plenty of times how I'm coming to live with him when I get old. And I've simply told him, no, that's not necessary. Just please make sure the nursing home is nice if I can't live on my own, and make sure y'all come visit me. Because I believe that once we raise our children and let them out into the world, we have to let them live their lives. And having kids doesn't ensure that you're not going to die alone anyway. My mother was a hospice home health aide, and she talked all the time about how her clients with kids, their kids never came to see them, and they ended up dying alone. So just having them is not going to make sure that you're taken care of in your old age. And another reason why I tell my kids, hey, if I can't live on my own, just put me in a nursing home, is because they don't owe me anything. They do not owe me the sacrifice of their adulthood. And before you say we as parents sacrificed for them, no, we didn't. We did what we were supposed to do as parents. So would it be nice if your kids take care of you in your old age? Yes, absolutely. Who wouldn't want that? Are they required to take care of you in your old age? They're not. Sorry.
Honestly, even if I had children, I wouldn't expect them to be taking care of me when I'm old. But the plan is to just take care of myself. As long as you eat well, you eat healthy, you don't constantly put toxins and poisons into your body, and you stretch every day, you will not become immobile. You can make the decision. Yes, it is a decision to become the old person that is hunched over and can barely move and has to live in a retirement home because you need assistance. Or you can make the decision to be the old person that is healthy and flexible and able to get off of the floor if you fall. I will be damned if what kills me as an old person is not being able to get off of my floor because I was too lazy. And I mean too lazy to just stretch your muscles every single day. It is truly that simple, and being old will not be hard.
But for the ones that don't want to have kids, what is your plan for when you get older?
This is an excellent question. As a child-free person by choice, I am happy to answer. So for me, it's a two-part. I do own my own home. So first thing is to, between the age of 65 to 75, hire a living nurse or get long-term medical care in a nursing home, whichever is applicable at the time. And so my retirement savings and insurance is geared towards that. I've also spoken to family and friends, given that they're still alive, given that they have the capacity, they know what is going on as well. So I don't plan my future in isolation of the people that I love, and I know that will be there. Even if I do have a life partner, or possibly a spouse, as much as marriage is not at the top of my list, it's something that I am open to considering. I always put it that way. This conversation will be had with that person as well, but I don't look to others to fund my future or my senior citizen life. So it's something I think about, but I think everyone should think about it irrespective of having children or not.
I know a lot of the girlies gonna hate me for saying this, but for the ones that don't want to have kids, what is your plan for when you get older?
Why y'all don't ask men the same question? Every time somebody is asking this question, it is always directed at women. And why are y'all so focused on what somebody is going to do towards the ending of their life? Y'all completely skip over pregnancy. Y'all completely skip over childbirth and having to raise and finance this child or children. Y'all skip over real life situations that happen in between you needing that long-term care. Some of y'all frame these questions as if having kids is as easy as putting a quarter in a gumball machine. When these hypothetical questions and situations get brought up, sometimes I feel like y'all just want to have conversations for the internet and y'all are not factoring in what's going on in real life. Both my mom and my grandmother take care of my grandfather. Keep in mind, my mother has other siblings, but my mom does most to all of the work when it comes to making sure that he's taken care of. He can't do anything for himself. He does have caretakers alongside my mom and my grandma. My grandmother is in her 80s. My mom has struggles with her own health. It is a lot. And I feel like y'all act like it's not a lot. I have watched the both of them stress themselves out for years simply to ensure that he is getting the care that he needs. It's one thing for caretaking to be your job. It's another thing when you are just taking care of somebody you care about. You make so many sacrifices and it's difficult. And this is not me saying who needs to be taken care of who. Should it be a caretaker? Should it be your spouse? Should it be your child? That's not me saying that. I'm not even entertaining that. What I'm telling y'all is that it's difficult, is that it's complicated, that it's not as easy as y'all try to frame it when y'all ask questions like this. And why are y'all's children the only caretaking options? Actually, what if your kids don't even like you? Or even if they do like you, what if they just don't want to take care of you because of whatever reason? It is very possible that you have kids, whether you have 1, 5, or 12, and they don't want to take care of you when you get older. That is a real possibility. Your children are not your servants, and you should not have kids thinking that at some point in their life they're going to owe you something. In conclusion, leave the women who don't want to have kids alone. Stop asking hypothetical questions, especially when y'all are not asking men in the same position the same questions. You should not have kids with the intention of them turning into your caretakers once you can't wipe your ass no more. And not to say that this young lady did it, but I just need people in general to stop undermining the work that really comes with being a caretaker. Stop throwing that onto your children who may or may not exist yet because it is not their job.
But for the ones that don't want to have kids, what is your plan for when you get older?
Oh, don't worry about me, baby. I got a 401k investments and a private nurse fund. I'ma be set. Ain't nobody trying to guilt trip me into parenthood. Get the out of here. My plan is to travel, live, and have a peaceful life. Not stress life. While y'all over there babysitting grandkids and ain't nobody got time for all that, alright? Some of y'all got kids and still end up neglected in a nursing home. So be for real. So let's not act like kids are a guaranteed retirement plan. Okay. So y'all be safe out there though.
So here's my answer. And of course, many of you all know this already, but I told you all that me and my besties are going to have the Golden Girl retirement plan. That means we're going to have a very nice house. Not in Florida, though. Maybe in South Carolina, maybe Tennessee. It's going to be in the South. Or we probably just keep it down here in Georgia. But we're all just going to live together. We all are going to outlive our husbands. And we're just going to grow old together and take care of each other. Just like the Golden Girls. I always loved that show. I thought it was so endearing. And I really looked at it like, wow, they're going to be there for each other. You have all these different personalities. You have all these different ages. And you have these women who are together in sisterhood. And I do well in the sisterhood. I really do. And so like when you're getting older, like I tell you right now, and my husband already know this, I'm not getting married after him. If he passed away, like when that day happens, I'm done. That's it. Like I don't see myself all up in my late elder years. Someone's like, I need to find me another husband. No, I'm good. I'm be with my girls. We're going to have a good old time. We're going to live life to the fullest. And then we're just going to move on. That's how that's going to be for me. I just don't have the mentality that I'm going to be taking care of anybody. Now, you all know that I am not close to my biological family, so they're not my problem. Okay. I'm not their problem anymore. They're not my problem. So whatever happens, they're good. Okay. They got money anyway. So I don't think they are worried about it. Okay. But my thing is that what happens when you have children like me that don't get along with their biological parents and they just separate from them? They go, hey, you know what? Don't like you. I don't want to be near you. I don't have anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go our separate ways and act like we never knew each other. Anyway, I just want you guys to know it's like, those were some really great answers. And my answer is the Golden Girl retirement plan. Okay. Women outlive men. So this was just a no-brainer for us. And that's how we're going to deal with it. Okay. We all get along very well together. And I see us growing older until we make that final physical transition. But let me know what you think. What are you going to do? What are your plans? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and I'll see you guys on the next video. Later, taters.